Hello, friends. My name is Ruby Wire, and God, it's been a minute since I've been in front of a microphone. Whoa, weird. Anyways, welcome to me figuring out what kind of D&D character I would be. So a while back, I took a D&D alignment quiz, but this is going to be fully encompassing of, I believe, my alignment, my race. Oh, it says right up here. Basic character information, details of your alignment, race, and class. Oh, and Warlock has been added. Incredible. So, looking at some of the questions, some of them are a little mean, and I'm gonna have to be mean to some people, so I guess I'll just begin. As far as looks go, I am ugly, average, attractive, or extremely attractive. I'm gonna go with what my friends tell me. I think that I'm pretty average. My friends say that I'm underselling myself and that I'm attractive. Kind of mean how it words it that I'm the best looking member of my social circle. One of my good buddies is like 6'5", so he's automatically more attractive than me, so good for him. Anyways, when it comes to my memory, I remember just about everything. I have photographic memory, most things through subtle details. Sometimes I lose me, hard time remembering things. I remember most things. I remember weird things. Things that I have no reason to remember. I remember those. So we'll go with that. Most accurately describes me. I have extremely difficult time making new friends. I make friends fairly easily and get into small talk. After meeting people, people go out of their way to keep in touch with me. I make new friends everywhere. It is very, very easy for me to make friends. It is incredibly easy for me. I get it from my father, I believe, because he makes friends everywhere. When it comes to willpower, I have a hard time avoiding temptation. I have some vices. I have no vices, but I've been tempted. I have no vices, I've never been tempted. I have some vices, and I succumb sometimes. I feel like a lot of people do. My persuasiveness. Oh, I cannot say that I can make people do almost anything I want, but I am very, very persuasive. I am. That's just me. The following statement most accurately describes my health. I'm sick. I seem to get sick. I've never missed a day of work due to illness. I can't remember ever being sick. I get sick, but I rarely get sick. When I get sick, though, it's bad. Last time I was sick, it was food poisoning, and I haven't had COVID to my knowledge the entire pandemic, so. When it comes to stamina, I have a hard time running. I used to run frequently, and I used to work out frequently. I don't do it as much as I want to, but yeah. I wish I was more buff boy. I'm back to kind of like Ruby Chunk. I can push out and become Ruby Pregnant, but I'm like Ruby Chunk. I'm not as happy with where my body could be right now, but I love myself more than I have in the past, which I think is more important. Anyways, when it comes to leadership, I often end up in leadership positions without trying to. Actually, I go out of my way not to end up in them, and I have. It's always happened to me. Even my position now, I'm in a leadership position. It's a whole thing. I've talked to people about it. I've talked to my therapist about it. Regular learning ability. I learn very, very fast. I don't learn from like reading though. I learn from seeing, hearing, and doing, but not reading. Like if I see someone do something, I can learn pretty easily. When it comes to problem solving, I can solve complex problems with assistance, but on my own, I'm pretty good at solving problems. How tough are you? I have taken massive blows and kept on fighting. My buddy and I'm gonna just refer to the wizard fight of 2022, and we're gonna leave it at that. And I'm just gonna say, there's a reason that people should not play with fireworks. My body's in pretty good shape at my age. On par with most professional athletes, in superb shape, as shape when compared to almost everyone else. I'm in pretty good shape. I mean, I'm by no means like big buff boy, but I'm in pretty good shape. When it comes to common sense, Ooh, this is a good one. People seem to know more than I do. No. I rarely make the same mistake twice. This is true. People come to me advice for a lot. I'm gonna go there. I don't think that I'm exceptionally shrewd and cunning. I can be, though. Not all the time, though. There are moments where I am, but not all the time. Rate your sensory perception ability. I'm aware of most things that occur around me. I have the keenest sense of anyone I know. No, that's my buddy Cake. I have extremely poor awareness. No, that's my buddy Mayo. Easy spot details others miss. I'll go with that one. I can lift. Probably for where I am, and since I don't like physically train, I'm probably able to lift about as much as someone of my stature should be able to lift. I'm not weak by any means, but I'm not like super strong. I get winded easy though. When it comes to sprinting, I'm faster than most people I know. I don't know if I'm faster than everyone else, but if it's a dead sprint, I'm pretty fast. Following statement most accurately describes me. My insight concerning life is not supernatural. My gut feelings are always right. I have a hard time judging people's intentions. Sometimes my gut feelings are right. My gut feelings are pretty much always right. When I was young, my gut feelings were all over the place. But as I've gotten older and learned more like about how people work, especially being I am now a graduate of communications. I have a communications degree. Especially when learning that and learning how people communicate, my gut intentions are typically a lot better. When it comes to hand-eye coordination, horrible video games, I could be an Olympic marksman. I'm about average. I can't juggle. I'm great at video games though, unlike other YouTubers. But I could not be a marksman. It'd be cool though. Statement accurately describes me. High GPA, good student, average student, bad student. I was a good student. Here's the thing. I could have been top of my class. I truly believe I could have been, because I almost effortlessly got A's and B's. I never studied. I still don't study. I'm a graduate student and I still don't study. And I'm still holding A's and B's. I think I'm just really fucking lazy. And this is also something I've talked about with my therapist. Apparently, Ruby Wire D&D characters, here's what I talked about with my therapist. I've talked about how I feel like, honestly, I'm lazy and I slack and I could be so much more if I actually put in the effort, but I just don't want to. It's weird. It's a whole thing. I'm getting help. The following statement accurately describes my tolerance for alcohol. I can drink all night and I never get drunk. We have seen moonshine. We know that I get drunk, but we also know it takes about 15 drinks. This is more accurate. I have a hard time getting drunk and I never have a hangover. This is true. If any statement on this test describes me more, it's that one. The following statement describes the amount of physical labor I regularly perform. Okay. My job does not involve much physical labor aside from walking a lot, and I walk a lot across my campus. So I'm gonna go with I get enough exercise just because I walk a lot in general, but that's about it. When it comes to my reflexes have saved my life. This is true. I'm extremely quick. I never notice whether I'm fast or slow. I'm extremely slow. My reflexes actually have saved my life more than once, but also friends of mine have saved my life. So I'm gonna go with this because I actually have not only saved my life, but saved me from serious bodily injury. If I punched someone as hard as I could, I would definitely hurt them. I would definitely hurt myself though. The following statement most accurately describes my athletic ability. I'm being for a team. I'm not noteworthy. I'm pretty average. It's worse to be. Oh, see, this is a good question. Because I am fragile, like I actually have a skin condition that makes my skin very fragile, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I've lived with it, but had I not, that might be a different question. For me, I think it'd be worse to be weak than fragile. It's better to be graceful or tough. Tough. I'm not graceful. It's better to have great stamina. I will stand by this. I think it's better to be agile because I have always been more agile than powerful. It's worse to be unliked than it is to be weak. I think that your social capabilities are very indicative of who you are and your capabilities, but that's just me. My friends would say that I am... Oh, it depends on which friends you ask. If I ask my college friends, I am wild and crazy. If you ask my class friends, I am probably sharp and witty. If you ask my friends back home, I'm either of these. This is a tough one. I don't actually know. We'll come back to that. For my height, my frame is about average. I have a knack for... I've been described as the glue of friendships. I bring people together, so I want to say mingling is what I would be, something else. I'm good at mingling. For my gender, I am... So I'm a little above average, so I'll go with tall. It's worse to be... Personally, for me, I would rather be skinnier than stocky, because I've always been skinnier, and I think being nimble is really important. I also think being smart is very important as opposed to being strong. In high school, I was a jock, a hood, a band member, a nerd, an outcast, a preppy, something else. I was in band. I was a bit of a nerd. I did speech and debate, but I was also, like, pretty well known. I wouldn't say that I was, like, a preppy. I was something else. I think I was third in line to be the representative of my school district during graduation. I don't actually remember. That was Jesus Christ, that was like 5 years ago. Wilderness is a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Depends on the wilderness. I would actually love to live like in the mountains or in the forest, but in the desert, not particularly. Depending on the wilderness though, I would love to live there. I would like to be able to come back to society for things that I need and have like some of my creature comforts. So if we're talking about living like truly with nature, no. It's better to try and see both sides of an issue, in my opinion, because having good judgment of both sides is important. I am hungry for power. It's better to be powerful. I use the force of my personality to actually guide others into making the right decisions. Actually, both. I do what I want to get what I want. I just don't like hurting other people along the way. So I think my life motto is I'll try anything once, I won't make the same mistake twice. And I try and live by that. My life motto is also it is what it is. So I think I try and kind of, I make my mistakes and I tell people not to make the same ones, and we're gonna leave it at that. It is better to defend the weak. Civilization, this is a tough one, because I can see it both ways. Civilization brings about progress and change. I'm gonna say stronger, but I just don't like civilization. It's better to confront your enemies openly and honestly. I try and be open and honest, even with enemies though, like, yeah, I guess. I work out so they'll be more attractive. I am going to be 100% real. Whenever I'm working out, it's because I want to look better. I don't really care about my health. I'll die when I die, and whatever happens, happens. I'd rather look good before I go though. Animals are delicious. I do think that they also deserve our respect, but they are delicious. Sorry, Sapphire. In my job, I rely more on common sense. Knowledge should be used to educate and entertain. I think it'd be interesting to have a supernatural experience. Absolutely not. If ghosts are real, I am going to die. What is more important in life? Feeling emotions or being disciplined? I think feeling emotions is important in life in general for some people, but for me, I think being disciplined is really important. Not only for my position, but for how I live life, to be able to look at things objectively and logically is really important for me. And recently I've been working a lot with impulse control. I've been not doing great, but I've been trying. When handling life challenges, I call on the power within myself. I do not believe on anyone that watches over me. Personal power comes from confidence. I do actually think that I have gotten a lot of places by being confident, even if the confidence isn't always real. It does help. Universe is ruled by scientific laws. I don't prefer either religion, so we'll go with New Age, I guess. I'd rather be a member of a religion that is well established, recently established. What is more important in life? Wisdom. What's more important in life? I'm gonna go with honor. I think being honorable will get good people to want to be around you. Having love is nice, but I'd actually think I would rather have people around me than just one person. I don't know. That's a weird question. I don't think that those are opposites. It's weird. I hate the city. Absolutely. Would you cheat on an important test? Yes. In a fight, it's better to call for reinforcements. I truly believe that. I don't think that you should be alone for anything. In a fight, it's better to keep your head and wait for opportune moments. Absolutely. I'm more confident at play. That's probably true. I like pets that are loyal. Is it more important to support your cause with facts? I would rather live in the country. Religion is an institution that allows some people to exploit fears. We're gonna leave it at that. Interesting. Man is stronger than nature. Nature stronger than man. Man's creation is poisonous to nature, but if we're talking about like me versus a bear's gonna win. I'm gonna go with nature stronger. Technology, though, is stronger than nature. A gun will beat a bear. I have a greater interest in the natural world than the supernatural. I do not believe in anything supernatural, unless you include aliens, which I don't even think is supernatural. I think it's more scientific fact that we just haven't discovered, but those whatever. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things. I do believe this. I think it depends on the circumstance, but I, for the most part, would believe that. It is better to actively champion a cause or live as a good example to others. I would actively champion a cause. And I say this because I do not lead by example a lot of times. I won't say I'll go out of my way to make mistakes, but I will make a lot of mistakes. And I don't want people to stop me from making those mistakes. I want to make them for myself and learn for myself. It's a weird mindset, I know. When people are like, well, you can just see the mistakes and this is what'll happen. I would rather make the mistake myself. I will try anything once. I will not make the same mistake twice. That is how I live. That is how I want to live. And that's the cause that I champion. Try everything once. Don't make the same mistake twice. I would rather spend 2 hours learning something new. I'd rather spend 2 hours alone working with my hands. I love technology. I would rather spend 2 hours reading a book than playing a sport. It is better to, if this is life and death, fight dirty. Which do you prefer, Eastern religion, Western religion? The only religions that typically interest me are ancient religions, like Nordic. I don't know, probably, whatever. It is better to be yourself. I would rather watch a science documentary. In a fight, it's better to be quick. I'd rather spend 2 hours. Ooh, I love hiking. But I do like having thoughtful discussions. I'm gonna go with that. In my job, I use tools and equipment, but not in the sense that you would think of like hammers and nails. I use like data graphs, surveys, different type of tools and equipments. I would rather spend eternity at the gym than spend 2 hours at a church. No offense. I would rather be doing something I enjoy. Nature should be left unspoiled and undisturbed. I think it should be used responsibly and enjoyed, actually. I'd rather spend 2 hours drinking with my friends. If you want to make a lot of money, it's important to be educated. I don't think that this is true. I learn better by doing. When it comes to talent, I believe anyone can learn anything. When I was young, I performed better in math and science. Western religion over New Age, I guess. Do you enjoy reading? I do. I don't get to do it much, but I love it. I'd rather spend a night on the town, a day riding horses. Try a night on the town. When I was young, I enjoyed gym class. This is true. I did actually. The universe is governed by impersonal forces that can be understood. Life is about having fun, but I think improving yourself is fun, so I'd rather spend 2 hours enjoying the outdoors than going to a concert. Visiting a haunted house would be exciting. I don't believe in any of that, but it's better to serve a cause than someone. What's important in life? Practical skills. I use the force of my personalities to entertain others. I don't think that I'm right about everything, so I put my faith in myself. Oh, is this all based on... Okay, I think this is based on the alignment quiz that we did, all these ones. I don't remember what my answers were, so I'm curious if my alignment has changed. Family elders expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family. Do you express your reputation to exclusion, silence in any way you can? Out of these, I wouldn't care. Honestly, that. I would ignore the skern, and I'd be like, okay, you're a piece of shit for not accepting me. Yeah. Would you give a promising career? I would with some reluctance. Would you betray a family member to advance your own career? I'd resist the temptation. It depends on the family member. If we're talking, okay, this was the problem with the alignment quiz before. If it depends on like what we define as family. In this sense, I'm going to consider my very close family as well as my close-knit personal friends family. I would resist temptation. Do you respect the leaders of your family? I do think that a lot of them are often out of touch with my life. I'm not as open with my family as I wish I was, so I don't think that they entirely understand where I am coming from or what I'm going through, but at no fault of their own. So I think because of myself, they might be out of touch, but if your family had arranged your marriage with something disgusting, I would subtly work against the union. You're estranged from a family member on this bed. He seeks reconciliation. Speak to him. Hold my ground. Powerful but corrupt lawyer offers you money if you testify against your friend. Do you? I mean, it depends. This is a corrupt lawyer, so based on this question, I presume that it's not a true testimony. So I would testify on my friend's behalf. Do you become close personal friends or hold most people at a safe distance? I have few close friends. Not a lot. I have some close friends. I got like 7. Have you ever betrayed a friend? I think I had to think about this last time too. No, I've been betrayed by friends, but no. How do you view lifelong commitment to a single romantic partner? This question, I don't remember when I took the alignment quiz, but this question was one that really resonated with me a lot over the past year. I have mostly been in monogamous relationships or just had partners that were not really monogamy or relationships. I think it'd be ideal if I could find the right partner. That's where I stand now. Do you insist on repayment when lending friends money? Yes, but I'm flexible. Are you still in touch with childhood friends? At this point, I guess childhood was like middle school, and I am in touch with some of them. I still have friends from elementary school that I talk to. Not regularly, but... do you need time and money? I volunteer, so we'll go with yes. When my own needs are met. That's probably more accurate. I need to take care of myself first and foremost. The nation's a war, your community is threatened with invasion. If you're considering my community, my friends. If I don't get to flee with my people, I would defend with my people. If you were injured and required immediate assistance, would members of your hometown agree to help you? Yes, because I'm generally well liked. I wouldn't be much help. Yeah, because they know I'd do the same. Again, we have to see this as like the friends and people around me as opposed to like my fucking city that I live in. It's weird. Do you respect the laws and authorities of your community when it suits me? Do members of your hometown shun, avoid, or mock you? No, I'm generally seen... No, I'm generally seen as normal. What do you stand for office or seek to represent the interests of your community in some public manner? Only if no one else could do it. I don't actively look for leadership positions. It just fucking happens. Countries wrapped with famine, would you share who are we stealing from? That's the big question. I would eat as little as possible and share. If this was specifically from the rich bitches, I would steal. If offered enough money, would covertly assassinate the president? It depends. It depends if I like the president or not. The rogue state unleashes a laboratory-created disease on the nation. Huh. I try and avoid contact with the sick. I don't have... What could I really do? I'd try and avoid contact with the sick and let the people who know what they're doing best do what they do best. Do you respect the lawful authority of the government? And we're gonna leave that at that. If you were offered a reasonably lucrative deal, would you spy for a hostile foreign power? Yes, the nation's secrets do not mean anything to me. Do you rely on government to enforce contracts and property rights? Are you kidding? The government can't even pay roads. If imprisoned, would you injure or kill others to escape? Yeah. No, except for minor wounds that would heal easy. Is it a supervisor's right to treat... No one has any right to treat anyone poorly. You've accidentally hit someone while driving your car. Do you... I'm trying to make restitution. If guilty, would you confess to a crime? No, and I try and prove my own innocence. Would you express a revolutionary political opinion if threatened with punishment? Yep. Yep. While traveling on vacation, you witness an assault. You order to testify, which will cut you short your vacation significantly. I testify and leave. What is the best use of wealth? To help the destitute and less fortunate. When confronted with beggars, you give what I wouldn't miss. If you could buy counterfeit $100 bills for $1 each, would you buy and spend them? Yeah, I'll only cheat huge companies who wouldn't miss it, though. You have 2 job offers. One pays more, the other is secure and steady. I'd probably take the lucrative job, but I'd look into the secure job. What's the best path to wealth? It's a matter of luck and being in the right place, staying flexible, following long-term plans. I think flexibility is really important. You accept a job or contract, would you try and finish the test even if it got more dangerous? You can bet I'm renegotiating. What's my age? I am 22. For my age, I have a moderate amount. Okay. What? 35 minutes later, what D&D character am I? Oh, I do not believe this. This feels wrong to me. Hold on. Hold on. This feels wrong to me. This feels not correct. Hold on while I try and fix things. Anyways. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. I don't believe this. Okay. Align. I am a chaotic good human paladin. Here's where I think paladin is bullshit. I don't subscribe to any higher power. In none of my questions did I answer anything about higher power. Chaotic good is much different than true neutral, which I was before. Chaotic good makes a lot of sense, though. I don't think I was close to it last time. Chaotic good character does as his conscience directs him with little regard for what others expect of him, makes his own way, but he's kind of benevolent, believes in goodness and right, but little use for laws and regulations, hates when people try and intimidate others, tell them what to do, moral compass, which good, may not agree with society. Chaotic good is the best alignment you can be because it combines good heart with a free spirit. I'll take that. I will take chaotic good. As much as I preferred true neutral, I will take chaotic good. However, chaotic good can be a dangerous alignment when it disrupts the order of society and punishes those who do well for themselves. Fuck them. Humans are the most adaptable of common races. Interesting. Short generations and a penchant for migration and conquest have made them physically diverse as well. Humans are often unorthodox in their dress, sporting unusual hairstyles, fanciful clothes, tattoos, and the like. I guess it makes sense. This is where it's bullshit. Paladins take their adventure seriously, and even a mundane mission in the heart of a paladin is a personal test and opportunity to demonstrate bravery, to learn tactics, and to find ways to do good. Divine power protects these warriors of virtue, warding off harm, protecting from disease, healing, guarding against fear. I do not subscribe to any type of higher power. I do not, and I think this test is wrong for presuming that of me. I had 15 answers for human. Okay, my next closest was wizard, sorcerer, and ranger. I'm surprised bard wasn't higher. Kind of pissed about paladin. I don't think that's necessarily right. Okay. But it is benefited by high charisma, which I think that if I had stats, charisma would be my highest. I don't think strength is 13. I think my strength is probably like 11 or 12. Dex I think is fair. Constitution I think is more than fair. Intelligence I think is fair. Actually, I think it could be higher. I feel like average intelligence is some high school. 11, 12 is a high school degree. 13 to 14 is bachelor's. 15, 16 masters. 2 masters, 17 to 18, or a doctorate would be 19 to 20, or multiple doctorates or degrees. I think I could be higher for intelligence. Wisdom feels fair. Charisma feels more than fair. Actually, I think it could be 18, but that's just me. Okay, let's see here. Chaotic good. Really? My true neutral was a lot lower this time. I didn't have a lot of evil answers, though, so that's good. My neutrals were a lot lower. My goods were a lot higher, which is interesting. Law, not really. Neutral, decent. Chaos, yeah. More good. Interesting here. This makes sense to me. Being more adaptable, that's... Oh, wow, I'm low. Being adaptable makes a lot of sense to me. I disagree with Paladin. I think of these classes, I'd be closer to Bard. I am an entertainer and storyteller at heart. I am not some noble dude who would go on a quest. This is what the quiz says. I don't necessarily agree, but if you want to take this for yourself, I will link it in the description below. But thank you everybody so much for watching me take this. This was a long one, and I'm gonna have to edit it, and that's gonna be fun. But personally, I think that I would be a true neutral human bard. I think that's what I would be. This is fine. I'm okay with chaotic good human. I'm not okay with paladin. Do not put that divine power bullshit on me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.